right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here on a Friday evening. So, Friday evening, Friday under the lights. This is Texas High School 6A football, the highest classification. And this is Friday, October 21st. So, it looks like North Shore as well as against Humble Wildcats. So, North Shore won the coin toss. They defer to the second half. So, Humble Wildcats will receive. So, North Shore, of course, now wearing once again. So they wore this against the Spring Lions. I believe it was week 3, possibly week 4. It was at Planet Ford Stadium. So when they play in these away alternate uniforms, sometimes the jersey numbers are a little hard to distinguish / discern. So white pants, white tops, and that it's a really phenomenal looking jersey. It's the numbering is kind of like that glow in the dark metallic silver is all I can say, with red kind of accenting that. I believe they have East Side on the back, possibly North Shore on the front, and that traditional matte red helmet with that just beautiful Mustang, once again also in metallic silver with red accenting that one. So here we go. So we are setting up for the kickoff, North Shore versus Humble. So 7-0 versus 3-4. So just a phenomenal kick to about the 5. Kickoff returner going to pick it up at the 5. He's going to go straight to the sideline, and he is going to get to about the 30-yard line. So great job there by the runner. That's going to be number 3. That's going to be none other than Demarion Collins, a 5'10", 185-pound senior running back. So we're going to see where they're going to place the ball overall. So it's really, I think everyone's going to try not to look ahead to next week's game, considering the ramifications. So we have undefeated in district Atascocita Eagles are going to take on North Shore at this very stadium on Thursday night. So in about, let's say, 6 nights from tonight, Thursday night lights, they will take on each other for basically battle of the district crown within their overall district. And also, like I said, very much playoff seeding / ramification written all over that game. So quarterback gonna throw, gonna get smacked hard. And who is this going to be? That is a phenomenal play. Like I said, sometimes the jersey numbers are hard to discern. That is going to be Jacoby Davis, the 5'11", 175-pound senior DB / wide receiver. He smacked that kind of slot receiver, number 1. That is Cedric Howard, 5'7", 150 pounds, and he is going to the sideline. So quarterback here for Humble is MacArthur Baker III, 5'8", 190-pound sophomore quarterback. So we saw Humble, I believe it was last week, they kind of alternated between 2 quarterbacks. One clearly more of the runner, more clearly more of the passer. So Baker the 3, let's see, they're going to have it at the 26-yard line. So they actually lost yardage. They lost 3 yards. And like I said, number 1 is out on the sideline for now. So Baker the 3rd going to do a lot of that. They're doing those short passes. And 7, that is going to be the very talented, and he's actually asking to go out of the game. That's a very talented member, Javen Anderson, 6'1", 205-pound senior. So he's kind of looking around on the sideline, maybe a possible kind of kink in his neck, so to speak. So he's having the athletic staff kind of look over him. That would not be good if he's out longer than a drive or 2. So Javen Anderson, just a great, I believe, either he's like a corner / safety. He's kind of a hybrid. Phenomenal young man that is. So Baker the 3rd going to call his own number as he gets to about midfield, to about the 42 or 43-yard line. So we're going to see where they're going to place the ball there. So the Humble Wildcats kind of A lot of people probably did not see this coming. Opening drive, Baker the third kind of takes matters into his own hands. Like I said, he's more of that running quarterback type. So we saw. I'll continue that thought later to the heading off the third to number 3, and he is going to get possibly maybe 1 or 2 yards. So number 1 back in the ball game. That's Cedric Howard, the gentleman that took that vicious shot earlier. So we got Baker the third kind of looking on the sideline, offensive coordinator kind of seeing what the play is going to be called. So it looks like it's going to be shotgun formation at the, let's say, 43-yard line. So second and about 9. Trips flanked on the near side. He is going to the far side, and that was only one wide receiver on that side. And we said that was Cedric Howard, the 5'7", 150-pounder that took that vicious shot earlier at the hands of Jacoby Davis. So we're trying to see if we're going to get Javen. Okay, Javen Anderson is back in the ball game, so good to see that he's back in business. Like I said, it might have been a little bit of a cramp or possibly a neck kind of kink kind of thing. So good to see he's back in the ball game. Got cleared by the athletic staff. So Baker the third at their own 43, 3rd and 9. Very pivotal third down opportunity for the Humble Wildcats. So Baker the 3 looking at his wrist, looking at the plays. So it looks like they're going to have to call a timeout, and that's going to be charged to Humble. So Humble already with only 3 minutes and 15 seconds have elapsed, and they have already had to call a timeout. So like I said, overall, not too bad overall in that they get some of those, at least getting some yardage a little bit. So timeout here assessed to the Humble Wildcats. So 3:15 have elapsed, like I mentioned. And Humble has gotten a first down overall, but with the very pivotal 3rd and 9, timeout was what the doctor ordered. So Baker the third taken so far 100% of the snaps with 9 in motion, far side to near side. So Baker, pump fake, he is going to go over the top, and he is going to hit his intended receiver. So great job there by, let's see, I'm trying to get the number. That's number 9 for a Humble, which is Marquez Miller, 6', 165-pound senior. So the Humble Wildcats it's kind of taking care of business so far. Like I said, sometimes you can look ahead. Not to say that North Shore is doing that, but also Humble has kind of not a whole lot to lose overall. They are 3-4. Their only one win was a district game against Westbrook. So we'll see what they do for the rest of this game. RPO, they're going to hand it off to 3, which is going to be Demarion Collins, the 5'10", 185-pound senior running back. So just over 4 minutes have elapsed, and so far it looks like number 75 is going to be Ernesto Avila, the 6'2", 245-pound sophomore kicker, kind of practicing his kicks just in case he has to have a field goal attempt. So ball is going to be placed just outside the 20, let's say 21-yard line. Baker the third going to hand the ball off to number 3. Number 3 has had a carry so far. Make that 2 carries. Okay, it's going to bring up a third down, third and about 7. So looking at Class 6A, the rankings, we got North Shore number 1 with that unblemished 7-0 record. They defeated Westbrook last week 56-7. Just to put that into, if you compare scores, North Shore beat Westbrook 56-7, whereas Humble Wildcats have had their only district win of the season. I believe they beat them 38-35. So Baker, the 3, rolling out towards his non-dominant side, and it looks like he's going to hit 4 in stride. And as he gets it, he's going to go out of bounds. They're going to signal that a first down, so it's going to be first and goal from pretty much. Let's see where exactly they're going to place the ball overall. So they did wave off the down markers, so that would make it in goal. So maybe 9.5, possibly 9-yard line, or just inside the 10-yard line. So far hash for the Humble Wildcats. So Baker, the 3rd, twins flanked on the far side of the field. One receiver flanked widely towards the near side. That is number 9. So we're going to see what kind of matchups they like. There is a flag on the play, and that is another timeout to Humble. So as much as you want to have timeouts assessed when you need them, sometimes that's not so great if you're looking at later on in this ball game. But I guess for them, you get 3 per half. That this drive is very much important, especially if they can potentially punch it in for 6, maybe 7 points. So we are going to see exactly what happens on this drive. So North Shore, like I said, they are ranked number 1. They were last week number 1. Austin Westlake number 2. They were number 2 last week. Duncanville has stayed pretty much, if you really look at it, 1 through basically most of the top 10 have stayed, if not all of them have stayed. The big deal there was number 6 Denton Geyer versus number 9 Allen in that ESPN2 game last night. So Baker, the 3rd, mind you, is going to call his own number, maybe get a little bit of a forward progress. So you are seeing some games overall, like within this top 10. Like I said, next week will be number 1 versus number 7. That will be North Shore versus Atascocita. We had 6 versus 9 last night in Denton Geyer versus Allen. And we're going to see eventually if they have maybe even one more. Like I said, this is week 8 or week 9, depending on the bye last week. So we're going to see, so Baker the 3rd, looks like North Shore finally putting together a good defensive play there as they held him out. So we're going to see which down they're going to call here. Okay, I'm going to bring up a 3rd and goal opportunity. So Baker the 3rd with a slot receiver in motion. They're going to hit that slot receiver, but he's going to get hit hard by, it looks like, number 5. So 5 has kind of been laying the wood so far this evening for North Shore. That's Jacoby Davis. That is the 2nd hit that he's had so far. So that is most likely going to bring up a field goal opportunity. So Humble Wildcats are really wanting to potentially get a touchdown out of this. Instead, they are going to hope for 3. Nesto Avila going up, and it's actually going to hit the crossbar, and they are going to wave it no good. So North Shore kind of narrowly getting away overall with that one. So 0-0 still is the score. So 4-10, we're going to see David Amador and company. So Amador was going in to this season, I believe he was third string quarterback. Of course, number one or number one or number two starting receiver. You got to give Christopher Barnes that number one nod, but that was a great 1-2 punch, Amador and Barnes. And instead, Amador is now the starting quarterback because Darius Garland was in a boot and Bailey out for the season with a knee. So Amador, so Barnes in motion. Looks like a flag is going to be called. So 77 on the offense, false start. We're bringing back 5 yards. So it looks like I was trying to look for some other top 10 matchups. Looks like DeSoto and Duncanville are going to take on each other next Friday. So DeSoto and Duncanville, we got DeSoto is 11, so just outside the top 10. So Amador going to go out of the shotgun formation. He's going to go over the top, and he is going to hit, I believe that is Barnes, and he is going to go in untouched. So we're going to see exactly what the number is on that. Actually, that's number 4. Like I said, sometimes the numbering is hard to discern. That is going to be Terrence Gilroy, the 5'9", 165-pound senior. So great job there by Gilroy. Punching it in. So about, let's say, 8 minutes and 2 seconds have elapsed, and North Shore is already on the scoreboard. So great job there by Amador to Gilroy. So extra point going to be going here. And like I said, it's Dominguez or Soto. It's a little hard sometimes to kind of discern the jersey numbers with that kind of like glow-in-the-dark, metallic, fluorescent / sublime type of numbering system. It does look like it is number 84 North Shore for the extra point. Ball's going to be up, and it is going to be good. So that's going to be 7-0 in favor of the visiting North Shore Mustangs. So doing a great job so far is North Shore overall. So the Humble Wildcats in looks like to be like a kind of like a gray charcoal top, white pants with a white helmet and that purple Wildcat. Very kind of almost reminiscent of like a Kansas State Wildcat. They have Wildcat, the logo, it looks like on the left side of the helmet. Wildcat spelled out cursive style on the right side of the helmet, kind of a purple little stripe across the midline of that helmet. So North Shore going to kick it off, and is going to go over the head of number 3. So good job there by Humble overall, kind of allowing that. I guess it depends on how you look at that overall. Sometimes you want it at the 20, but I'm sure sometimes the kick returner wants to take it, possibly because, of course, that can take it to the house on any given Thursday, Friday, or Saturday night. So we're going to kind of look at some scores here and see if we can kind of see how things are shaking out overall. Just going back to the drawing board, Southlake Carroll is ranked 4th. So North Shore 1, Westlake 2, Duncanville 3, Southlake Carroll 4. Katy Tigers 5, Denton Guyer 6, Atascocita 7, Cibolo still 8, Allen 9, and Arlington 10, with DeSoto being 11. So quarterback is going to be Baker the third, going to hand off to number 3 on the far side of the field. And it looks like there's about 3 or 4 North Shore Mustangs that kind of had that snipped out from the onset. So Spring Westfield ranked 12th, so even though they took that big loss earlier in the season to North Shore. I believe that was the third or fourth game of the season. Westfield still very much in the mix overall. And then you got Highland Park, number 14, out of the Dallas area. So shotgun formation for Baker the 3. He's going to roll out near side of the field. He's going to hit a wide open, it's kind of tight end guy, and he's going to approach midfield. That's going to be number 82 for Humboldt. That's going to be none other than Jalen Lolaseo, 6'1", 215-pound sophomore tight end. So a pretty good size so far for that receiver. So we'll see if he can gain some height and maybe gain some weight as well as a sophomore. Generally speaking, means that there's still growth to be had. So Baker the 3rd, shotgun formation. Ball's going to be about the 47-yard line. So still in their own territory. Baker the 3 holds in, and Baker the 3rd just took a monster shot. So helmet comes off, and that's kind of a safety issue there. So if the helmet comes off, you at least have to sit out a play. So we're going to see if they're actually going to assess him, or if that literally was more of a fluke where the helmet came off for Baker the 3rd. That is going to bring in number 10. That's going to be Damon Barras, the senior, 5'10", 180-pound quarterback. So, like I said, depending on the quarterbacks, some quarterbacks have some strength and also some weakness. So Barajas trips flank to the far side, one to the near side. Barajas taken to the air right away. And that's going to be a great grab there by number 9. That's going to be Marquez Miller, 6 foot, 165-pound senior wideout. So Humboldt Wildcats kind of impressed so far in that they've done as well as they have so far. So 9 kind of tapping his helmet, seeing if he can get it out of the game for a breather, but instead it looks like he's going to stay in this contest. So Humboldt Wildcats, he's back in the ballgame. Baker the 3rd going to hand off to, let's see, that's going to be number 6. That is going to be Monquez Wiley, the 5'9", 165-pound running back, who's a senior. So we're trying to see overall. So Humboldt playing Atascocita, that was last week. I got a chance to cover that game. Atascocita winning almost in a lopsided manner by a score of 58-0. So Humboldt, the teams that they have left, they have, after this one, they have Kingwood next Friday, and then Beaumont United to kind of close out. So, both games will be played at George Turner Stadium, as both teams will be, as both games will be home games for Humboldt Wildcats. So they're 3-4 overall, 1-3 in the district. So it looks like their previous 2 wins was against Decaney, non-district, as well as Channelview at the beginning of the season. So Baker the 3rd, like I said, got a little shook up there. Helmet popped off. He sat out one play. Barajas going to the air. And then Baker back in the contest. So going for the throw. And it looks like great coverage over there. That might have been Evan Jackson on the far side of the field. Evan Jackson playing a little bit of corner. And also, for the most part, I believe he does punt return. And actually, I think he actually might punt as well. So Evan Jackson, a very talented young man for the North Shore Mustangs. So with 1:23 to go in this first and opening quarter, it is 7-0 North Shore. So North Shore, we're waiting kind of for North Shore to kind of open things up, as we're kind of used to that. It's going to be delay a game on the offense, so that's going to bring them back 5 yards. So like I said, 1:23 on the clock, 25 seconds. That's how many seconds it looks like they have between plays. I believe pros, NFL does 40, possibly maybe even college, but 25 seconds between plays for high school. So, nearly picked off. We're going to try to see a jersey number on that one. That's going to be number 10, who's going to be Jarvin Coles, a 5'9", 185-pound junior linebacker / DB. So, kind of a hybrid guy on the defense. So 1:21 to go in this first and opening quarter. Score is 7-0 in favor of North Shore. So the Wildcats shotgun formation about their own 47 is going to be deflected by 23 for North Shore. That is going to be Jalen Joseph, 6'2", 215-pound senior defensive line / edge rusher / linebacker. So sometimes some of those defenders, they deflect the ball, and sometimes you can tell based on their body language if they felt they could have just picked it off outright. It's going to bring up a punting opportunity for the Wildcats, so they're going to look to punt. Kind of looks like this might be the quarterback, Baker the third. We're going to try to get a jersey number. Actually, it's number 10, I believe, so we're trying to see what number, but ball goes down at about the 29-yard line. So that's actually 10, Bras. So Bras, the backup quarterback for Humble, is the punter. So you always see that sometimes is a nice thing to have when you have the punter, who's either the first string or second string quarterback. As you know, at any given moment, they can go for the fake punt. So Amador and Company is going to go RPO, and he's going to spin. And he's in it smacked. Going to be relatively close to the first down marker. So that's a great job there by Amador. So Amador, 3-star, I believe, receiver. He is slated to play for UTSA down the road in San Antonio. So great young man Amador is. I think he did a little bit of quarterback duty in the past, and then this year, like I said, Darius Garland, the backup quarterback, once Bailey went down, Garland was also in a boot, so that brought up Amador. So Amador, shotgun formation, going to go RPO, and I think this is going to be Rashad Johnson, the great running back. Reminds a lot of people of kind of like they call him kind of like a baby Bo Jackson. So great low center of gravity. I think he's listed at about 5'10". So just a big human being, about 5'10", 215 pounds, is Rashad Johnson. So Johnson flanked to his left, Trips flanked to the near side of the field. So Barnes in the middle of that Trips, and it looks like it's going to be a timeout. So it's going to be first charge timeout, I believe, on North Shore, as Humble, the Wildcats, still got one as well. So we're going to see who they charge the timeout to, as the Wildcats had already used Two timeouts, excuse me. So Amador at his own 40, looks like he's gonna hit. Let's see, like I was saying, numbers sometimes are hard to discern. So we're gonna see what number this is. 89 actually. That is gonna be Caleb Thomas. So Caleb Thomas, quite the big hit overall for North Shore. So shotgun formation for Amador. It looks like Hardiman in the backfield. Let's see what they're going to do. They're going to hit. I believe that's Hardiman. Actually, that's Rashad Johnson. It's a great pass catching ability for Rashad Johnson. So, going to bring up a 1st and 10. Ball's going to be at the 45. So, Amador and company now in Wildcat territory. So, one man in motion towards the near side of the field. RPO. Amador calling his own number. Doing a great job as Amador with that option attack. So Amador now at the 41 of the Wildcats in the pocket, and he is going to call his own number going up the middle for the score. So we're going to see if they show, excuse me, if they're going to show a replay there. Overall, it's like kind of hard to tell with the lighting there, but a great job there by Amador. Extra point is going to be up and good, so that's going to make the score now 14-0 in favor of the North Shore Mustangs. So North Shore are going to kick the ball off. So 10:41 to go in this second quarter. First half action at George Turner Stadium in Humble, just outside of Bush International. So ball is going to be fair caught about the 31-yard line. That's going to be Cedric Howard, the 5'7", 150-pound senior receiver. So 10:41 to go in this second quarter. First half action here. George Turner Stadium in Humble. Looks like Baker the third going to take it. They are at their own 31 shotgun. Baker the third rolling out far side of the field. And he's kind of going to get caught from behind. Number 49. who's going to be Jadarian Williams, the edge rusher there for the North Shore Mustangs. Okay, so Baker the third gonna have it. Looks like their own 28-yard line. So Baker the third gonna go, and he's gonna go for a kind of a shallow throw. And sometimes you can call a personal foul. And that's kind of a souffle action there for Javen Anderson, but they did not call personal foul. Kind of sometimes kind of can go left or right depending. So sorry about that. I moved from Colorado to Texas recently and kind of having issues with my allergies, so I apologize if I'm coughing overall. So I'm not sick. I just unfortunately kind of dealing with that the allergies that are Texas. So kind of been using some allergy drops. Might have to start eating some of that raw honey, overall local honey, to try to get acclimated. Because I definitely don't enjoy coughing. And I'm sorry, guys, if you guys are listening, guys and girls are listening on this YouTube channel and hearing me cough every now and then. Okay, so second and about 7, so we're going to see where they're going to place the ball here. Okay, so ball here, that's going to be Baker the third, and he's going to call his own number and it kind of get in between the hashes here as he does cross midfield, and he is now in North Shore territory. So just inside of North Shore territory is Humble. So Humble, like I said earlier, the Wildcats doing a great job moving the football. So I wouldn't necessarily say surprisingly, but as stingy as this defense has been for North Shore, not a lot of teams have been moving the ball around. So they are still on the other side of a 14-0 score, but Humble doing a good job overall. So it looks like timeout, and I believe that'll be the last timeout assessed for Humble. So 3 timeouts already taken in the first half for Humble. North Shore still has all 3. So Baker the third and about 5, so just inside of North Shore territory. He's gonna underthrow / overthrow his intended receiver. So the punter gonna kick a high punt there, and Evan Jackson gonna fair catch. So they're gonna place it at the 11, so about the 10.5 yard line. So Almanor Company at just outside the 10. Thomas going to be in motion towards the far side of the near side. So RPO, Amador going to get brought down in the backfield. So great job there. That's going to be number 24 for Humble. That is going to be Jatavian James, the 6 foot, 180-pound DB. So under 7 minutes to go in this first half, second quarter action. Amador with Barnes kind of in motion. They're going to hit Barnes, and Barnes going to get hit hard by number 22. That is going to be R.J. Freeman, the 6 foot, 215-pound linebacker. So you're seeing the size difference there between 6 foot, 215. Barnes is 5'8", 160. So Barnes the speedster. So trips flanked to the near side of the field. Amador going to call his own number, and the same player that had that vicious hit on Barnes pushes Amador out of bounds. So North Shore, uncharacteristic 3 and out. So they're going to punt the ball. I believe that's Evan Jackson, number 3, going to punt. Kind of a low bobbler. It's going to take a favorable North Shore bounce and is going to cross midfield to about the 46 or 47-yard line. This is going to bring him a 1st and 10 opportunity. Baker, the third, trips flank to the far side. He does get the ball out, but he got hit pretty hard. So 2nd and 10. Baker, the third, twins flanked out to either side of the field. Baker going to get it out, but he gets hit by kind of sandwiched with the bookend defensive ends for North Shore. So had it not been for that, maybe that would have been a different throw. So we delay a game on the Wildcats. So this is going to be third and 15 opportunity for the Wildcats. The ball is going to be placed kind of started near midfield. Now it's going to be at about the 42.5, 43 yard line. So Baker the third, twins flanked out to either side. One in motion from the far side of the near side of the field. Baker going to hit that motion man, which is number one. And unfortunately, they are not able to connect. That's going to bring up a fourth down opportunity, most likely a punting situation. Okay, so 5:37 to go in the second quarter. First half action here. Humble, George Turner Stadium, just outside of George Bush, or just Bush International Airport. Punt almost blocked, but booming punt there. And is going to be, looks like it's going to take a favorable Wildcat bounce to about the 17. So it looks like Evan Jackson allowing it to hit the dirt / hit the turf. Okay, so Amador with a motion man, and they're going to hand the ball off. So great job there with a stiff arm, still on his feet. I believe that's going to be Rashad Johnson still going. So this man running like a man possessed. A great run there. Well, by Rashad Johnson. Trying to look up some of the huddle / rivals 24/7 accounts to see. I believe Rashad Johnson has a college offer. In my opinion, more colleges should be looking at this man. A very strong and powerful runner. Really runs as much north and south as you can expect / want in a running back. Now under 5 minutes to go in this second quarter, first half action here at George Turner Stadium. So clock continues to run. It's 14-0 North Shore. So North Shore on top, but definitely not. With a 14-0 lead, you would think that they would have more of a commanding presence. And right when I say that, Amador doing a great job overall. So we're going to see if we can get that on the replay. Like I said, I think it's like the lighting in here. But Amador kind of taking it in, punching it in himself. So very much putting an exclamation mark overall. So score is 20-0. So North Shore, like I said, they're doing a great job of kind of building on these leads. So extra point going to be up. And I believe is going to be good. So yes, it is. So 21-0 is the score. North Shore kind of taking care of business so far in Humble. So George Turner Stadium doing a great job. The defending 6A state champion North Shore Mustangs. So great kickoff there by North Shore, and doing a great job there for the Humble Wildcats, kind of going left and right. That is number 12 for Humble. That is going to be Chris White, the 6', 175-pound senior DB. Going for broke is Baker the third, trying to hit number 9. That's going to be Marquez Miller on the far side of the field. Unfortunately, they are unable to connect. So they bring up 2nd and 10. So motion man on the far side now to the near side of the field. Pump fake. He is going to hit 9. And 9 is going to bring in the ball. So great pitch and catch there for the Humble Wildcats. So had they been able to kind of keep that in, and possibly if the quarterback would have let him more and kept in bounds, that could have went in for the touchdown. So 21-0 is the score. Like I said, North Shore on top by 3 touchdowns, but Humble doing a great job. The Wildcats kind of staying in this game, relatively speaking. So Baker the third kind of losing his footing, so he's going to lose a few yards there. So Baker the third at the 31-yard line of North Shore. So Baker really doing a great job overall, considering how talented, athletic they are overall. That is North Shore. At the moment, they literally could have gotten him in the backfield, but he just kept charging. So great 2nd, 3rd, and 4th effort there for Baker the third. So one play goes in. Looks like some type of handoff situation. We're going to see where they're going to place the football. So Baker the third, MacArthur Baker the third, 5'8", 190-pound sophomore. So Adams gonna go for 4, and they are gonna throw a flag. So possible pass interference there on number 5. That's gonna be Jacoby Davis. So pass interference, they're going to place it at the 2 yard line. So Wildcats very much within striking distance. So Humboldt had a scoring opportunity earlier, so they're going to kind of set up. And it looks like Davis, looks like he broke the play, and they're going to call a touchdown. So Davis, as a sophomore, like I said, not exactly the tallest quarterback in the world, but very much of a stout. Has definitely an arm to him as well. So has a lot of shotgun, does a lot of RPO. Very respectable arm there for that young man. So number 75, that is going to be Ernesto Avila, the 6'2", 245-pounder. He's going to split the upright. So he had previously missed that field goal, because had it not been for that, it would have been 10-21, but now it's 7-21. So like I said, overall for the Wildcats, they're doing a great job overall. Booming kickoff there. Going to go outside the end zone. So they're going to start it at the 20. So 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second quarter. So plenty of time for North Shore to try to see if they can get another touchdown before the end of the second quarter. Okay, so I'm gonna go for the strike. So not one defender within earshot, probably within 20 yards. Terrence Gilroy. So that is back-to-back touchdowns. Well, actually not exactly back-to-back, because I think we had Amador's running touchdown in between, but Gilroy with 2 touchdown grabs. So usually we're seeing Christopher Barnes, number 2. We're calling his number a lot. Gilroy, like that was one blown assignment or multiple blown assignments. Like I said, you usually don't have someone as wide open as he was. So he was literally probably, it's going to sound exaggerated, but about 20 to 30 yards open, as there was no one within the general vicinity whatsoever. So as I make it, extra point is good. So as I make it 28-0 in favor of the North Shore Mustangs. So kickoff there for North Shore. So they're at their own 40. So booming kickoff, high end over end. You're going to be picked up at the 17 by number 9. Number 9 with a little bit of running room. And he's going to get in between the 40 and 45. So mentioned a flag here, so we're going to see what the flag is going to be called on. So 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Okay, over the top. So they tried to get number 4. So number 5 doing a great job. That is going to be Jacoby Davis on the coverage. So Davis, RPO, going to call his own number. So doing a great job there. Stiff arming Anderson. Anderson misses, tries to Anderson trying to use his upper body for the tackle, and he is unable to get him. So you're seeing a lot of strength running there by Baker the third, and he even just to kind of add a little bit of flash, did a little bit of a flip somersault right before that ended that play. Okay, so great job there. Oh, picked off there by Jacoby Davis. So great interception. Like I said, Jacoby Davis, by spinning that football, you got to kind of be careful. That is going to be a personal foul there. They're going to call a personal foul, excessive celebration. Actually, it almost sounded like they said number 3, which was Evan Jackson. So maybe it could have been some words said or exchanged because I saw when Jacoby Davis kind of twirled / spiraled that ball. Didn't know if they called it on him, but it looks like they actually called it on Evan Jackson. So ball is now at the 18. So Amador trying to hit Thomas. Thomas doing a great second effort. It looks like it's going to be fumble recovery to 22. So that is going to be R.J. Freeman, 6 foot, 215 pounder. So Humble with the ball at about the 30, with just under 1 minute to go in this first half. Throwing it up for grabs and almost nearly picked off and intercepted by Javen Anderson. So quarterback gonna go with some so big sack there by number 10. That is gonna be Jarvin Coles, 5'9", 185-pound junior linebacker / hybrid. Does a little DB duties as well. So if clock continues to go, it is under 10 seconds on the game clock. So he's going to go for a Hail Mary there, and they are going to hit. Going to be called out of bounds. So that was a potential great play once again. So I believe that's number 4. Who's going to be, I believe that's TJ West, the 6'2", 180-pound senior who's had quite the number of plays so far. And it looks like there is going to be a DB down, possibly, for the North Shore Mustangs. So number 6, Devin Sanchez, 6'2", 175-pound sophomore DB. So really hoping he is fine on that play. So kind of taking his time, but he is walking unassisted towards the sidelines. So with 2 seconds left, we're going to see what they're going to do. So shotgun formation there for the Wildcats. So it looks like they might do another Hail Mary attempt. He's going to run it, prevent defense. He's going to get brought down hard. So as in the end of the first half, 28-0 is the score, with the North Shore Mustangs on top over Humble. We'll be back right after this, actually 28-7 in favor of the North Shore Mustangs. We'll be back right after this for the third quarter.